Hi, everybody, and welcome back to week 3 of our Human Behavior and the Social Environment 2 course here at Widener University. I hope you're having a fantastic week. Overall, you guys are doing a really great job in terms of participating on our discussion board walls. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Really excited about the information that we're going to be covering this particular week in terms of anxiety disorders and trauma and stressor related disorders. These are something that are common that you're probably going to be seeing a lot of in clinical practice. So it's really important to really get the readings down, and if you have any questions, to reach out, participate on the discussion boards, and really try to dive deeply into this particular topic. So you've got lots of assigned readings for this particular week, which are right here located for you under the week 3 readings. Also have, you're going to choose one of the following trauma articles from here. And when it comes to the anxiety disorder assigned articles, you want to make sure that you read all of them. When it comes to these anxiety disorder articles, you're just choosing one of the following. So we also have some really awesome videos here this week. The one with Dr. Bessel Vandelkoek, awesome video in regard to his work and book, The Body Keeps the Score. This is a really big passion and professional interest and focus of mine. In addition to working as a therapist, I'm also a yoga teacher, and yoga and mindfulness-based interventions are great evidence-based modalities that we can use to really help clients alleviate trauma symptoms. And I hope that you're going to learn lots more about trauma, and especially as it relates to early childhood chronic trauma. As you watch these videos here. Also have a great video here. It's a personal story of OCD, or obsessive compulsive disorder, which is very well done. Also have another crash course psychology video, number 29 here, giving you some information about OCD and anxiety disorders. So I've got some really great and interesting resources here for you to watch and to offer some commentary on this week. And after you complete all the readings, you're going to come back to the discussions. Your very first discussion board post, again, refers to those dyads that you began last week in week 2. So you're going to create an initial post regarding the main points of the dyad discussion. So you're going to be covering both the advantages and disadvantages of the DSM-5. And you're also going to discuss what kind of diagnostic framework do you currently use, have you used in the past, or would you use once you're practicing as a social worker. So just as a reminder, you want to follow up with at least 2 classmates, preferably classmates that don't have responses yet. So what have you learned from your classmates' posts, and what can you add to their learning? We definitely have a lot of wisdom in our online group this semester. So I encourage you, to really think about what you're learning from classmates here. What similarities and differences do you see among your classmates' posts? And how could you really learn what you could apply in practice? So how could you really translate this theory into the actual practice of social work? So remembering, again, your initial post is due on Thursdays, and your follow-up responses are due between Friday and Saturday. So your next discussion board prompt for week 3 involves trauma. So from the set of trauma articles that you've read, you want to complete the following. You want to state which article, remembering you're citing with the first author's last name that you read. You're going to summarize the 3 main points that you learned by reading the article, and discuss the practice implications of your learning. There's so much exciting work going on in the field, so much emerging data, especially related to trauma, as it relates to addictions, and how adverse childhood experiences can have lifelong implications, especially in regard to physical health. So that may be, a direction that you want to talk about in your discussion board posts. Or you can, summarize other things that you're learning, you're thinking about, and how it relates to something that you're doing in the field now or have done in the past. So your third discussion board post relates to anxiety. This is my favorite one because it's something that we all can relate to. So I imagine, especially you guys that are students right now in graduate school, while although it's an exciting time, it can be very stressful. Especially, I know you guys all have multiple competing obligations. Perhaps you're working, may have a family, other people that you're responsible for, um, and all kinds of other things going on. So we know that we all experience anxiety. So for this discussion board prompt, we're asking you to say, when do you think anxiety that is experienced in everyday life becomes a disorder? So give an example of general anxiety that a person might experience on any given day, and an example of anxiety that is diagnosable. So we'd really love to hear your thoughts in regard to this, because this is something that's definitely applicable and that you're going to need to do as clinicians. Also, that we want to remember in terms of anxiety, especially in the field of social work, that anxiety can be a natural part of our workday, and taking care and managing our own anxiety, practicing self-care is something that's really important in a social work career. And it really begins when you're a student here in an MSW program. So also your assignment, that clinical vignette part 1, is due this week, week 3, by Sunday, 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. I look forward to reading your assignments, your clinical vignettes. And as always, if you have any questions about it, for example, especially if you are not currently working, and you do not, in the social work field that is, and you don't have a client that you could utilize for your clinical vignette. If you're thinking about using a character from a book or a movie, just please make sure you reach out to me so we can discuss it and make sure that it's something that's appropriate and it's going to make it easy for you to do the assignment. So again, I hope you guys have a fabulous week. Please reach out to me if you have any questions, and I look forward to seeing you on our class discussion board.